Hi everyone, and welcome to Big Fan Art Studio. Today, we're going to unbox and talk about the Eurmax Canopy. So let's get started. As some of you may already know, my wife owns a business called Big Fan Art Studio, where she sells fancy candles. And we've been using a tent just like this for the past 3 years, and we love it. We love it so much, we decided to buy another one so we would have a backup. We're gonna start by flipping the bag over. Now we're gonna grab the bag that has the wheels in it, and now we're going to install one of those wheels on each side of this metal plate. You'll be using a 12mm wrench. Now let's stand up the bag, unzip it, and take the frame out. Now let's set the bag off to the side for the time being. We're gonna open the frame just a little bit, and you're gonna notice that there's something else inside of here. That is going to be the visor and the poles that hold the visor. In the next step, you just wanna find the Velcro pads and the center of the frame. Something you're going to want to keep in mind is that there is one face of the frame that has these two holes, and that is for the visor, which means that'll be the front of your canopy. So what I do is I make sure that the Eurmax logo is on the side, because I'm a vendor and I have my own sign that goes in the front right up here. So I don't want another label to be in that area. You're gonna start to install the canopy. This process will be much easier with 2 people, but today I'm on my own. Open the canopy as much as you can and then find the corners. Toss the other side of the canopy to the opposite side of the frame that you're working on. Now bring the corners of the canopy over the top and find the center. Put the center of the canopy in the center of the frame. Now find your corners, fold it up, and find the Velcro on the corner. Bring that down and connect it to the Velcro on the frame. Just like that. Do that to the remaining 3 corners. Keep in mind that the instructions say that stitches need to be a 1/2 inch lower than the bracket's upper surface. Now that the canopy is on, let's go ahead and open this up completely. You can do this with 1 person, but it is much easier with 2. I'll show you how to do it with just 1 person. Now that I have it most of the way opened up, let's fold this up, and we're gonna take 1 bracket, we're gonna push down on the top and push up on the locking mechanism. It'll lock into place, and then you wanna pull your flap over the locking mechanism. Do that to the remaining 3 corners. Let's take a look at the inside. This Velcro strap in the middle can be attached in a couple different ways. I'll show you how I believe the manufacturer created it, and then I'll show you how I do it. This is how I believe the manufacturer intended it, for it to come down and hold this up in place, giving a little bit more strength on keeping this canopy open. I don't do it this way, and I'll show you why. I leave the canopy in place always. I never take the canopy off. So in order to make it easier for me, I loop the Velcro around one of the top arms, up and out of the way. And I will do this to each of the 4 sections. Now that I have the canopy attached to the frame, let's go ahead and make it taller. Grab near the red locking mechanism and put your foot on the bottom of the leg. Lock into the first position and then move to the next one. And do this until all 4 legs are up in the air. Let me show you what the walls look like. Now you're going to take your first wall and find the end that has Velcro on it. And you're gonna attach that to the Velcro on the canopy. Once you have it attached to the top, you'll take the side Velcro straps and wrap them around the frame. Now let's take a quick look at the sandbags. Take some sand, and I actually put them inside of a sandwich bag just to double the protection, and I put those sandwich bags down into this sandbag. Now we're going to take our sandbag to one of the corners of our walls And we're going to attach that to the frame, just like this. Now, these do not come with the canopy, but I recommend going to your nearest big box store or camping store and finding these large tent spikes. When putting the sandbag on, you can put that on at any step after you set up the frame. I usually put the walls on first unless it's an extremely windy day, at which point I will either put the sandbags on or I'll put the spikes in first and then I put the walls on. Now that you have the Velcro strips on, come up to the top and go ahead and zipper down the corner. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult when you get to the strap areas. Just be gentle. Now that you have the walls completely attached, you can come to the center and unzip the middle, and now you have your doors. And one more thing before we end this video, but let me take this front wall off first. Now, I mentioned there was a visor, and we're gonna go ahead and put that on next. I recommend putting the poles in first. And you can tell which way is out. The part that goes into the hole is hollow, and the part that goes out has a little cap on it. Slide that in the hole, and then open up your visor. You'll know that you're putting it on right if the Velcro is facing the sky. Slide it on there. Gently bring it over to the other side. Bend the pole gently. Slide the visor on completely. And now come inside and attach the Velcro to the Velcro on the inside of the canopy. And that's it. We've built the tent, and we've actually been using a tent just like this for the past 3 years, and this is how it looks. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.